What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3, Episode 12, Full Circle Review. Now, I'm going to start off with the Trick and Trina discussion at the radio show. They discussed the Bahamas and how great it went. Child, this ponytail is working my nerves. And they discussed Joy and Trick's conversation because I guess Joy got really emotional because Trick finally apologized to her for all the things that he done put his entire family through, especially as it pertains to his health with lupus and not taking care of himself. And it was a good moment for both of them. And it seems like even Trina knew that Joy only wanted Trick to apologize and express some kind of emotion, which I'm going to go into later on. But let's keep going. So we get to Prima Donna and Miami Tip meeting up. And Amara comes up. Prima Donna calls Amara La Victima. The reads that keep coming out of Prima Donna's mouth whenever she gets pissed off, I know that sometimes she don't make no sense with the reason why she's mad in the first place, which I'm going to explain later too. However, what she says, just like she called Jocelyn, what she called Jocelyn? When she said Puerto Rican peasant or whatever, she crazy with her words, which makes her a good rapper. But they bring up the whole Amara and MJ topic. Y'all know that she brought MJ's 10-year ex-girlfriend who wanted 5 minutes on TV to let him know about MJ's behavior in the past when he was young and she took him and how he didn't work and how he basically mooched off of her, so on and so forth. And then Amara basically used that as a bone of contention, went home, caused a fight between her and MJ, and they broke up. So Miami Tip is talking to Prima Donna about the situation, and Prima Donna basically goes off because she's defensive because she knows she did something a little bit sketchy and lets her know that Amara was just looking for an excuse to get out of a relationship, and she feels like that's all it was. And Miami's Tip is like, that's not how I got it, because Amara felt like she was kind of blindsided, which she was. That's just a fact. You didn't tell me that my man's ex-girlfriend is about to be in my face after I confided in you about something that and how I felt. So it was a little bit weird in how she did it, although I also feel like Amara's looking for somebody to blame. You know, when y'all break up for the first time, y'all still going through it, y'all still getting over the breakup situation, you don't know if you miss the person, if you don't, and so you want to kind of make sense of everything. And right now, while she's dealing with the pain, she's going to divert her pain and blame somebody for the reason why her and MJ are not together, instead of accepting the fact that even her mama don't want her to be with them. That's just what it is. Then we got Trick, Joy, and they're at the house. Joy comes walking in, and she says, "This is my house. And while I'm here, I decided to invite somebody over." And she invites, y'all remember the lady, her name is AJ Johnson, but she's the one that played Baby Boy, Tyrese's mom and Baby Boy. You remember she was sitting up there talking about, "Ooh, I like to ride." That's all I can think of whenever I see her, and she still look good. She's apparently a nutritionist and now a fitness trainer as well. So she's there to give Trick some tools on how to take care of himself now that he needs to manage his health better, since he found out that he has lupus and apparently sleep apnea. She brings all these vegetables to him, and as he's cooking, he said, "I'm not eating that." The way that they interact with each other, you can tell they still love each other. Joy is clearly still wanting to preserve the relationship that she has with Trick, and Trick just is too gangster. Even when AJ Johnson said, "You know what, y'all need to tell each other, look each other in the eye and tell each other y'all love each other," it was like the most awkward situation. Trick is not used to, I hate to say this, but a lot of, in the black culture, it's like we're already raised to be tough. We're raised to have a thick skin. Our parents know the type of environment we have to thrive in, and then to do that, we can't just be soft, because if we're soft, we can't make it through this world. The world looks at us naturally as the enemy because of how the media portrays us and how people look at us like we're just these aggressive people. They fail to understand that we're aggressive because we feel like that's how we protect ourselves from being abused by the system. So you got men growing up feeling like maybe if I show emotion, if I show my girl I really love her, if I go above and beyond and tell her I love her, if I cry in front of her, that makes me weak. You got Trick sitting up in front of Joy not really wanting to tell her that he loves her in a calm, like cool, collected manner. It's always like, she know I love her. She know I love her. So I don't know why she acting, she know I love. No, sometimes it's good for you to say, I love you, baby. My man just told me that 2 seconds ago. He just came over here and gave me a sweet kiss while he's fixing our dresser, putting it together, talking about, I love you, baby. I said, I sure do. Tell me. And it helps for me to know that that's how he feels, because it lets me know that this person is in this relationship with me. We're in this as a team. If y'all over here thinking that somebody's just going to be like, "Oh, well, I do all this stuff for you, so you should know I love you," it's not enough. sometimes it's good to hear it as well. That attention to detail matters, and AJ Johnson is aware of that, and it seems like she's been around them since they've been together, even when they had good times, and so she's almost playing like matchmaker at this point, knowing that they still have something there to hold. Joy starts crying because Trick is like, why do you care about my health? Da, 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 da. She's like, because you have family, we have kids, we have godkids, we probably have grandkids. We have people who want you to live a lot longer than what you know, you need to care more. Stop being so selfish. And I feel like she's also saying, if you care about me, you're not trying to make me a widow while I'm still in my prime, fine with my beautiful ass body. So why don't take care of yourself and stay here with me longer? Get rid of your belly. I mean, hell, you know you already have a disease that most people don't have. Why not try? And Trick is a hot mess. He's funny as hell, but he agreed to try some things. So hopefully, we hope he sticks to it. Then we got her brat meeting with her married man Kenny, and Kenny decides to do what a lot of black folk be doing, and some dumbass shit. It's just a piece of paper, you know, I'm married legally, but y'all know it's just a paper, it don't matter. Yes it does, motherfucker, because if I decide to marry your ass legally, I can't do it. The fuck are you telling me is a fucking piece? What's wrong with you? You are married. If you want to sit up there and start a conversation with somebody, you have a choice to take your ass down to the court, make it quick and simple, pay what, $150, $200, get that piece of paper. If y'all don't have asses, which don't look like you do, separate that shit, decide child support, decide custody, figure it out so you can move on clean slate with somebody else. Don't come up here and telling me that you still married on paper, but you're not, you're done there. What if I were to marry you now? Legally, I have no rights to you, because if anything happens to you, my man who I'm cohabitating with, just living in sin and shit. I know that's cliche, but it is what it is. And we're sitting up here because I'm sleeping with a married man. You legally are married. I'm living in sin to the fullest. I'm sitting here helping your ass commit adultery. If you get sick and you're in your deathbed and the hospital says, well, only his wife can come see him, I don't have rights to do so. And I'm over here nurturing a relationship that's going nowhere. That last episode I didn't review. But Briscoe decided to give a hood brat the freaking and her eyelashes some horrible ass advice. I know he's still legally married, but you don't know what's going on there. You know, it's just a relationship you get. What kind of stupid ass advice is that? What's wrong with you? You cannot be with a man who is illegally married. I don't care what his excuses are. I don't care if he says that he's been separated for 5, 6, 7 years. Those years should have been the time when you would have walked your ass in court and got that separation the right way. It makes me think that you feel like there's something there you can preserve. If you don't legally divorce somebody before you move on to somebody else, it makes me feel like there's some part of you don't want to be there. Because otherwise you would want to wipe away every single thing that's that can hold you to this person, unless you feel like maybe one day y'all gonna get back together. So you're just gonna go out here and play a little bit, and her brat's gonna sit up here and take it. Her brat is smart, because she said no, there's no trust there. There's zero trust there. Because if you can hide something like this from me, what else can you hide? Boy, bye. Then we got the next scene where they're partying up. And I'm sitting there looking at them smoking a hookah, and I'm just enjoying it. They're all enjoying themselves. It's Hood Brat, Amara, Trina, Prima Donna, Trick, Shay, Briscoe, Joy. Everybody's meeting up. You got Bobby. I mean, they're all there except everybody but Julian. And Shay decides that she wants to go and talk to Prima Donna again, using Amara as her storyline, trying to figure out why Prima Donna felt the need to go and bring some 10-year-old girlfriend who wanted TV time, like she said, to go and bring up some mess about her brother who's apparently hurt and sitting in the corner looking like a little lost puppy. I mean, he just looks so miserable. He's sitting up there at the bar with his shoulders slouching, looking like, ugh. Like, come on now, what's wrong with you? Then it's like he's actively trying to show that he's hurt. Boy, bye. I'm not buying it personally. I'm not going for that. But Prima Donna decides to go off on Shay again, being defensive, the same energy she gave Miami Tip, talking about, oh, Amara's just over-exaggerating. No, she's not over-exaggerating. Amara went up to Prima Donna and vented her frustrations to her, feeling like she was talking to somebody that maybe she can confide in. Prima Donna used that information and went and found somebody else that she could project that same information to, which is somebody else's business, and told you in confidence. Bring that heifer to her face to now confirm what her insecurities are, and then use that as a bone of contention that caused the breakup in our relationship. Prima Donna doesn't want to take responsibility for the fact that, yes, she did do something that, even though I don't think it was foul, I mean, if they're friends and she just happens to be MJ's ex, bring her to her face so she can tell her experience. I get what she was trying to do, but you have to own your part in what you did, because you can't just say, oh, Amara's just looking for an excuse to dump MJ. Maybe that's the case. However, you inserted yourself in their relationship to the extent that she didn't want you. So all she wanted to do was have a conversation with you. You went and inserted a third party that she had never met in her life, and now you're playing defensive and getting mad every time somebody brings it up to you, talking about projecting it off and saying, oh, it's Amara's fault, it's Amara's fault. You had a role to play. So Shay sees this and she walks away and saying that she's going to go talk to Amara because she feels like Amara using this as an excuse is too minuscule. I said, no, I don't think it's that minimal. Because at the end of the day, if somebody's coming up to me telling me that this man has had the same pattern for 10 years, he's doing the same thing to me, I know he's not going to change. So why would I want to be with him? It's not necessarily a bad excuse. It's what I'm seeing, what she's saying is what's happening to me. And if it didn't work out for her, why would it work out for me? Then Shay goes to talk to Amara and she's like, you know what? If it's my brother is hurting, Shay needs to learn to understand that even though it is her brother and Amara is her friend, there's only so far you can go. Listen to MJ panic, listen to him talk. I feel like MJ is also using Shay to get back into Amara's life because they're friends. And she knows that Shay will talk to her and he keeps pushing, I'm so hurt, I'm going through this and da-da-da-da-da. And Shay's supposed to be his mouth to articulate how much pain he's going through. I mean, MJ just gets on my nerves in its entirety. I don't think that Shay and MJ understand that it's not just Amara having her doubts. Amara's mama sees a lot of things that this man has done that we have not seen. Shay goes, oh, so when he was fixing the house, helping your mama, doing this for you and, checking Julian, you were cool with being with him. But when all that stopped, you want him to go away. No, that's not the case. Amara is the breadwinner in the relationship and MJ cannot be there and use Amara's money to finance his new career because he wants to chase music. You have to be realistic at some point. If you're trying to chase some kind of or be an artist and be a musician, there's no money in there. So if you're trying to chase your dream, maybe it's best for you not to have a relationship that's advantageous to you until you figure it out. The fact is, if Amara takes on MJ, she has to take him on with the understanding that maybe his career might take off at some point. But she might be with him for 20 years and that shit never happens. And she'll have kids with him and be the one taking care of everything. That makes no sense. It's not fair. Amara's mom sees a lot of things that we as the viewers don't see. And she does not want that man with him. So it's not just what Shay and MJ think or what Prima Donna think. There's something else that Amara is not voicing that her mom sees that she doesn't want to tell us just yet. Maybe she wants to spare MJ's feelings. I don't know. But we got Briscoe and Trick talking, and they discuss Briscoe's relationship, and Trick says something like women are stubborn, and Briscoe says, yeah, everything I put this girl through, because Cello went through a lot, and I bet you infidelity was one of them. It's not that women are stubborn. We are naturally stubborn because we have to be hard-headed in order to tolerate some of these men and how they work. You got to know you can't play with us, right? At the same time, I feel like there are a lot of men out there that are dumb as fuck. If women are stubborn, men are stupid. Why? Because Cello didn't leave that relationship with Briscoe just out of the blue. She left because she was being disrespected and because she was not treated with the same regard that she was giving this man. And on top of that, after he disrespected, his ass went to jail and left her to be a single mother out there in the world while he was behind bars, sucking up all our tax dollars. What the hell you mean by women are stubborn? Why the fuck should I take this man back if he didn't care enough to keep himself out and respect me while he's in my life? Like, what the hell? At the same time, with Trick's situation, Joy left for a reason. She does not want to watch the man that she loves just die in front of her slowly. She wants you to respect and care about her enough to want to preserve your life even further by taking care of yourself, like she kept her body looking bomb. So she ain't being stubborn. She just wants you to get it, and it's not just about y'all. Y'all always make decisions sometimes about you guys and not think about the consequences until after the fact. What you want us to do? Not be stubborn and tolerate that bullshit? Hell no. Then we got Joy and Trick finally have the conversation I was hoping they needed to have all this time because I want them to stay together. They are beautiful together. They are very much compatible. And Joy knows how to handle Trick in a manner in a way that he would listen, because Trick said that Joy is the only one that's ever hurt him, and I believe it because he loves that girl to death. And Joy says, you know what? If you keep up doing what you're doing, if you finally maintain yourself, if you show that you can take care of yourself, then I'm willing to go to counseling and we can see if our marriage can work. And I hope to God they do, because I feel like Trick is a good lover as it pertains to his love for Joy. He still kept her name in the house. He didn't take it off. He refused to give her a divorce because he knows damn well he's going to fight for that marriage no matter what. And that was the way of him saying, I'm going to stay married to you for life. You're going to come back to me one way or another. I will change and you be patient with me. And then he apologized and he expressed that he loved her. So I feel like he's doing the necessary things to show this woman that he wants her to be in his life. And I'm happy that they're going to work it out. Then we got Amara going over to talk to MJ after Shay's request to let MJ know that if Amara's not interested in being with him, she needs to move on. But while Amara's going to talk to MJ, Prima Donna's ass hops in the conversation, because now, before y'all realize, Prima Donna's storyline was Jocelyn, and she was willing to pick a fight with Jocelyn, but we have not seen Jocelyn at all since that episode aired or whatever. It's like 2 episodes of the season and she was gone. That's it. Then Prima Donna has now made Amara her storyline. After Amara walked up to her, she now wants to project this and make the situation even more than what it is. Then she goes up to Amara tries to talk to MJ while Amara is talking to MJ. As far as I'm concerned, MJ does not need to prioritize Prima Donna when it comes to what he's dealing with the woman he's been dating for a year. Prima Donna is a third party, so she can wait. She didn't want to wait. She decided to go off and cause this whole scene between them. And in the midst of that going on, she pours a drink in Amara's face. Amara ain't no punk. She decides that swing that she did, reached over trying to grab Prima Donna because she wanted to beat her ass and throwing something in her face. Amara was she was like in her spirit. She was speaking in tongues. I didn't know half the shit that was coming out her mouth, but she was pissed. Everybody speculated. You got Briscoe sitting up there, trick looking. Trina's like, the hell? Bobby in the middle again, thinking that he's gonna stop a fight, trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on? Bobby, stop. Stop, please. Stop. Then Shay is like, look, you're not going to get to her. Listen, my opponent is so he goes, look, Amara, you're not going to get to her. Because she's not. She's not going to get to her. Too many security is no point. Prima Donna's yelling, let us fight, let us fight. In the midst of doing that, Prima Donna says what I know what's been happening. Prima Donna says that Amara told her that Julian hopped into her bed when he was drunk, which is what we heard earlier on this season. That was one of the reasons why MJ wanted to check Julian, because apparently after a show, they were in a hotel, Julian got drunk and Julian hopped into Amara's bed. There were 2 beds though. But here's the thing. Prima Donna says she had receipts to show that Amara and Julian were actually fucking, which makes a lot of sense to me. I said it before, that I felt like Amara and MJ were already, Amara and Julian had a history of where they must have had sex at some point, or were screwing. Maybe they stopped after a while because they had a manager, type relationship. However, it doesn't make sense unless Julian told Amara that he was attracted to her at some point and maybe he's been hitting on her, they were flirting. There had to be something that was going on for Julian to get so comfortable, drunk or not, to hop into her bed. Because I get drunk sometimes. My instinct is not to hop into the bed of the person next to me. It just doesn't work that way. Male or female, whether I'm attracted to you or not, you have to give me something for me to feel like, you know what? I can shoot my shot and see if it'll work. That'd be something there. But now Prima Donna is saying that she got receipts they were actually fucking, which makes sense. If Julian hit that once before, then drunk or not, he can go back in there and see if it can happen again. Who knows? But MJ is looking stupid. It don't matter what she did in the past. That's my wife. We're going to marry each other at the end of the day. We're going to be with each other at the end of the day. Yeah, that's my wife. I love... Shut up. I feel like when... I don't know what's wrong with him. He just... For me... Him and the way he and the way that Shay operates is too much. Shay does too much, team too much whenever she's having her little drama situation. MJ does team too much. Is it like a family thing? Like, I don't understand. Like, why? What are you doing? I love her so much. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. Oh shit, because Prima Donna's like, she a fraud, and he's over there doing his little poem in the corner. Boy, bye. Then Amara says that Prima Donna is instigating what she did. There's no reason for you to yell the whole Julian thing unless you wanted her to go home and fight with MJ even more. True. Or maybe she's trying to say that Amara wanted to break up with MJ because she still wanted Julian. But Amara fired Julian by MJ's request. So, I don't know, there's something sketchy going on. Hopefully at the reunion they tell us everything that's going on. Who knows? Sukiyana and Nama watching the whole thing. Miami Tipper's watching the whole thing. I mean, it was just a disaster. Then MJ and Amara end up leaving the party. And it is what it is. The episode ends there. So we'll see what happens at the reunion. You know, maybe they'll address the situation. Hopefully Julian is there to let us know if he was hitting that or not. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and notification bell. Let me know what you think about the episode that did today. And let me know if you agree or disagree with my I would say, reasoning regarding the whole Julian and Amara situation and the whole Prima Donna and MJ situation. Is there something I'm missing? Go ahead and let me know below and I'll go ahead and read it. I do respond to some of the comments depending on what it's saying. So far as it's respectful and it comes in a very, very kind manner, I'll respond. If it gets disrespectful and ratchet, I don't need to be spoken to that way. This is a channel. This is me expressing my opinion. I expect people to express their opinions the same way. Like, subscribe, notification bell, and I'm going to go ahead and do the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 9 episode 2 review, because I want to talk about the situation that's going on with Carly and Sierra and their lips and Bambi and this new girl named Light Skin Keisha. Anyway, I'll see y'all next review, I guess. Bye.